Now at 10 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, a suspect involved in a road rage incident is in the DeWitt County Jail on additional charges. Classes at multiple schools in El Paso were canceled today after shots were fired last night. The names of those schools this evening. And all the charges against students at a UT Austin pro-Palestinian protest were dropped today.
Look on the outside, 76 degrees, cloudy skies. A little bit of a wind gust out there still. What about rain chances returning? Take a look coming up.
Hallettsville Brahma just turned pro. Hear from him coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News now after the NFL draft, and good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Don Brubaker. Karina Garcia has the night off. Before we get into the news, the exciting stuff going on tonight in Hallettsville. You may have heard former Hallettsville running back Jonathan Brooks was picked in the NFL draft tonight, the 46th selection in the second round by the Carolina Panthers. We'll have much more. Our Zach Brown was there, and we'll have much more later on in sports. Well, a Victoria woman facing charges in Victoria County is in custody in DeWitt County. 19-year-old Briley Almanzar faces a charge of engaging in organized criminal activity from Jackson County. That's connected to a road rage incident on U.S. Highway 59 last week. Almanzar is charged in DeWitt County of violation of probation and tampering with physical evidence. She is in the DeWitt County Jail in lieu of $40,000 bond. An 18-year-old suspect faces charges from Victoria Police and Victoria County. Tim Cano was arrested by VPD earlier this week on robbery charges. He now faces charges in Victoria County on aggravated assault with a weapon. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $50,000 bond. A Victoria suspect faces 5 charges. 26-year-old Dallas Ponton is accused of assault of a family member, bail jumping, and felony failure to appear, and 3 other charges. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $104,000 bond. 7 charges were filed against a Victoria suspect. 22-year-old Juan Rosas faces 3 charges from Victoria Police, including evading arrest with a vehicle. Manufacture and delivery of a controlled substance is one of 4 charges from Victoria County against Rosas. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $62,700 bond. An El Campo suspect faces 9 charges. 28-year-old Pedro Hernandez faces 3 criminal mischief charges in El Campo. 6 more charges against him in Wharton County include 2 aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charges. Hernandez is in the Wharton County Jail in lieu of $81,500 bond. And now let's take a first look at your First Warn Storm Team forecast. In for Chief Meteorologist Mac Pettis is meteorologist Trey Mining with your weather. And Trey, I know it's nighttime in Lavaca County, but the sun was shining tonight over a young man in Hallettsville, I guarantee you.
Exactly. Congratulations very much. Congratulations to them there in Hallettsville. Great job, by the way. Thumbs up, definitely. Temperatures around here, well, not too bad, 76 degrees here currently in Victoria. Dew points well in the 70s. A lot of humidity around here, still having that. And that's going to be important to give us some rainfall chances, not today, but later on in a little bit in the future. We'll get to that more in the 7-day. 91% humidity, southerly winds are 20 miles per hour. Still have a gusty wind out there. And so the high today was 89 degrees, almost 90 degrees, missed it by 1 degree, well above our normal high and low. Temperature still on the hot side. Rain chances I mentioned are on the way up. When will that be exactly? I got you covered a little bit later on in the full forecast, Don.
All right, thank you, Trey. A Dallas high school canceled classes today after 2 students were shot Thursday night near campus. Dallas police say someone shot the students about a mile away from the school's campus just before 7 p.m. The high school's football coach said he was taking 2 football players home after school and someone shot the 2 students while they were inside the car. The driver was not hurt. The victims were taken to a nearby hospital and are in stable condition. The district has not released any details on the threat. Police arrested 4 people today after a possible threat placed 3 schools on lockdown in El Paso. Clint ISD says law enforcement responded to a photo of a person who was holding a weapon near the Montana Vista area. As a precaution, Mountain View High School, East Montana Middle School, and Montana Vista Elementary School were placed on lockdown. Law enforcement cleared Mountain View High School just before noon and proceeded with lifting the lockdowns and shelter in place at the remaining schools.
Individuals have been detained, so our major crimes unit is taking over the investigation. I'm not aware of their gender or age or their association to the school, so I know that that'll be something that will be of interest for everybody, especially those for the family members of the students that attend here.
Students were reunited with their families after waiting nearly 2 hours. The Major Crimes Unit is investigating this incident. Students and faculty at the University of Texas at Austin are calling for an end to UT Austin President Jay Hartzell's tenure. It is tied to the law enforcement response to Wednesday's protests on campus.
Today, for the second day in a row, a mass of University of Texas at Austin students and faculty called for an end to the violence in the Middle East.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
But today they had another target, UT Austin President Jay Hartzell.
We have all been betrayed by Jay Hartzell! We have all been betrayed by Jay Hartzell!
Hartzell, in his first comments Wednesday night, said that those demonstrators were warned that their actions would not be tolerated. And while stopping short of outright praise for law enforcement arresting more than 4 dozen individuals, said the university did as we said we would in the face of prohibited actions. Now UT faculty say they're calling for a statement of no confidence in Hartzell.
Hartzell out! Hartzell out!
Just 24 hours later, those same demonstrators held an arguably larger rally that was unquestionably more subdued. No arrests were made, as only a dozen or so law enforcement officers looked on.
Yesterday, you have DPS officers kind of just coming in, lined up in a formation, and we really didn't see anything of that today. What do you make of that?
Fantastic question. This is the difference between yesterday and today. Police escalation.
As many of those original dozens of arrestees were released, including Amer Kadumi, the very first organizer to be detained, as this reporter witnessed firsthand. After being released from jail, Kadumi was at today's rally. We spoke with his father.
That the administration here has made no effort throughout this difficult period to even make as much as a statement that they have any interest in the situation of this set of students.
Travis County rejected all criminal trespass charges against the 57 people arrested at the UT Austin pro-Palestinian protest Wednesday. Authorities said law enforcement lacked probable cause in the cases dismissed. But the Texas Tribune reports DPS accused a journalist of hitting a state trooper. DPS said it has referred that case for further criminal investigation. A Fox 7 photojournalist identified as Carlos was among those arrested Wednesday. On Monday, Crestwood Drive will close between Navarro Street and Main Street from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. Work crews will pave that area of Crestwood. All businesses and homes in the construction zone will remain accessible. Drivers should avoid this area and expect delays. This construction is part of the Crestwood Drive Phase 3 reconstruction project. Starting next Monday, Lawrence Street will be reduced to 1 northbound lane and 1 southbound lane at the Rio Grande intersection for 2 weeks. The closure is so that utilities can be installed. The left turn lanes in each direction will also be closed during this time. The southbound right turn lane will remain open. All homes and businesses in the area will remain open and accessible. The closures are part of the Lawrence Street water line replacement project. The Texas Tribune reports that state Republicans have aimed to lower property taxes. Homeowners saw an average decrease of nearly 28% in their property tax bills in 2023 compared to the previous year. These cuts were driven by a $12.7 billion package aimed at providing tax breaks for homeowners and funding for school districts. You can read the Texas Tribune article on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And here's your viewer poll. Scan the QR code you're just about to see on your screen to vote now. And there it is. And here's the question. Have you seen a decrease in your property tax bill? Well, 81% of our voters say no. 19% say yes. And we thank you for voting. Early voting in Victoria for the May 4th election continued Friday. The numbers from the Victoria County Election Administrator look like this. 177 people voted in person early Friday, 656 in-person votes so far. 57 mail-in votes were received Friday, 586 mail-in votes so far. Early voting for the May 4th election continues Monday at the Dr. Patty Dodson Public Health Center, 2805 North Navarro, Classroom A. The polls open Monday and Tuesday, April 29th and 30th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So far, 1,242 people have showed up to vote for the May 4th election. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. That way you can see Crossroads Today on YouTube. An update to a fatal building explosion in Michigan. Coming up on 25 News now at 10. The suspect arrested and charged following the death of a 19-year-old. Also ahead, the ramifications after one of Harvey Weinstein's sex crime convictions was overturned.
Here's a look at Community Crossroads this weekend. We first sit down with the Victoria Police Department, followed by Midcoast Family Services. The YMCA is here to talk about their summer camps, and we end with a musical performance by Travis, Aaron, Tom.
The owner of a building in Clinton Township, Michigan is charged with involuntary manslaughter after an explosion killed a 19-year-old. 31-year-old Noor Noel Kestu was arrested at JFK Airport after buying a one-way ticket to China. The fire and series of explosions sent gas canisters flying into the air. 19-year-old Turner Lee Salter died after getting hit with an exploding canister. Kestu waived his extradition hearing and was arraigned with a cash security bond set at $500,000.
Detectives received information that Nora Costal, the owner of Selected Distributors and person of interest in this investigation, had a one-way ticket to Hong Kong, which was to depart from the JFK International Airport later that same evening. Detectives immediately met with the Macomb County prosecutors, in which a decision was made due to the evidence presented to authorize an arrest warrant for one count of involuntary manslaughter for Mr. Costell, which is a felony that carries a punishment of up to 15 years.
If released, he will be required to wear a GPS monitor, surrender his passport, not leave the state, and not possess any weapons. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Reverberations are being felt all across the country after one of Harvey Weinstein's cases was overturned. The New York Court of Appeals, the state's highest court, has overturned his 2020 conviction for sexual assault.
Disgraced Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein back in the spotlight after a New York Court of Appeals overturned his 2020 rape conviction.
The survivors of Harvey Weinstein, I owe, and we all owe, an immense debt to you.
Weinstein was convicted of sexual crimes against 2 women in New York and sentenced to 23 years behind bars. But in a 4-3 decision, the New York Court of Appeals overturned that verdict for egregious errors and finding the judge erroneously allowed women who weren't part of the case to testify. A former juror on the case who voted to convict him saying she was appalled this happened.
We focused on the charges, which was our job. So it seems to me that to overturn a verdict based on witnesses that really were not that relevant to our discussion is insane.
Now the Manhattan District Attorney's Office vowing to retry the case.
This was not about the witnesses or the victims who testified against Mr. Weinstein. This was about a strategy the prosecutor used.
Weinstein was formerly considered one of the most powerful men in Hollywood, accused of using that power to sexually harass or assault actresses, claims he denied. More than 80 women have come forward with their stories, including actresses Gwyneth Paltrow, Uma Thurman, Rose McGowan, and Ashley Judd, who told the BBC.
Oftentimes survivors say that the betrayal and the moral injury we suffer within the system is worse than the sexual body invasion we experienced in the first place.
Weinstein's attorney claims his client faced the same fundamental unfairness, saying the judge let the jury hear about 4 uncharged allegations of sexual assault, and adding the case should be reversed for the same reasons the New York case was reversed.
Weinstein is still behind bars for crimes committed in California. In 2022, he was sentenced to 16 years for a separate rape case. His appeal is moving through the state's court system. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A brief tornado caught on camera forming in North Texas today. The tornado touched down over open fields near the town of Rice, which is about an hour south of Dallas. No damage was reported from this tornado. There are reports of damage across parts of North Texas from possible tornadoes and strong winds. The same area is expected to see another round of severe weather over the weekend.
That's exactly right. That front that causes severe weather way to the north will be moving through our area, but the risk of severe weather here is pretty much zero. Well, the winds coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, keeping our humidity high and the clouds in, and the fuel there for rain showers. What will the percentages be, and when will be the best time to see the rain? Find out coming up. Good evening, good evening. Meteorologist Trey Mining here. Thank you for staying up late with us. And we're seeing the southerly wind still continuing about 10 to 15 miles per hour currently, beginning to settle down a little bit more in the overnight. By early morning hours, will be about 10 miles per hour at best. Revving up again in the afternoon with the daytime heating. And current temperature is pretty much in the 70s, not too much lower than this will be our overnight low, but it'll be revving up again tomorrow with temperatures well into the mid to upper 80s again. And the severe weather has been the story across the state of Texas, from northeastern Texas up there to Oklahoma, Little Rock, Arkansas, and up there near Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska, where they had a pretty bad tornado up there near Omaha as well. This is the frontal system that's causing all the instability. It's trying to make its way toward us. The atmosphere is not prime enough for severe weather, so we're thankful about that. But this boundary will move into the nice and very warm and humid air that'll lift some of that up and create some rain shower and thunderstorm chances for us, I think, coming up by Saturday night into Sunday. The way it looks at this point will be the best time to see that. We see those southerly winds still continuing 10 to 15 miles per hour, settling down a little bit in the overnight, revving up again by your late morning, afternoon, 20 to 25 miles per hour, sustained winds. Gusts over 30 to 40 miles per hour, especially along the coast, coming up for your day tomorrow. So hang on to your hats. It's going to be the case again for this weekend, it's Saturday into Sunday. We see rain chances coming in better on Sunday as we're looking in the future here. We're seeing the rain chances coming in, as mentioned, starting mainly in the western parts of the Crossroads region as the front gets closer to us, San Antonio area toward Nixon, down to Karnes City and Kennedy and Beeville, and encompassing the rest of the area as we go through your day on Saturday into Sunday with a good, fairly good dose of rainfall around here, maybe half an inch to an inch in some parts of the Crossroads region. Some lucky folks will get that. Port Lavaca, how's it looking, of course? Lows in the 70s overnight. Partly cloudy, mostly cloudy for your day tomorrow. Some peaks of the sun here and there. The main story is going to be the heat and the wind, with 84, 85 degrees likely by the afternoon time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, with cloudy skies. Some breaks in the sunshine here and there, with gusty winds toward 20, 25 miles per hour. Some 40 mile per hour gusts along the coast, especially there in Calhoun County. Cuero, I was looking there as well. Some peaks of the sun from time to time, otherwise cloudy skies, with southerly winds at 20 miles per hour, increasing as we head toward the afternoon, as we've been seeing that the last several days. Pretty much that's going to continue. And for Victoria, I was looking there, lows in the 70s, partly cloudy skies, gusty winds in the afternoon once again, 30 to 40 mile per hour winds, highs in the mid 80s, southerly winds continuing. Looking at better rain chances coming in for your day on Sunday, maybe 50% chances probably late in the day as that front gets closer to us, reducing somewhat. But the trough low pressure associated with that's going to continue to linger over the area, with rain chances all the way through the first part and the middle part of next week. Low temperatures in the 70s, breezy to windy conditions each afternoon, and high temperatures getting near 90 degrees, or just shy of that, in the 80s or so, right on through the next 7 days. We go toward the overall time period, toward the end of the week and the weekend once again for next week. So pretty much what you see is what you get, and the rainfall areas around here will be better on Sunday into Monday, so catching up a little bit on the rainfall by then. And make it a good week, of course. Take a look at this. This is the QR code. What you need to do is get your smartphone, scan the code you see right there. It'll take you to a web page. You can download the Crossroads Today app and stay connected with us. News, weather, and sports, all at your fingertips. Very easy, convenient to be connected with us. Now here's Zach with sports.
We have the first ever NFL draft pick out of Hallettsville. Hear from him coming up in sports.
And with the 46th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Jonathan.
What an historic moment there in Hallettsville tonight. There he is, Jonathan Brooks, the former Hallettsville football star, the former UT football star, picked in the second round tonight by the Carolina Panthers. Our Zach Brown was there in Hallettsville with the man of the hour.
Thanks, guys. We are here with the newest Carolina Panther, Jonathan Brooks. And Jonathan, I asked you earlier, and he didn't know the answer, neither did I. You are the first Hallettsville Brahma to be drafted in the NFL Draft. What does that mean to you?
You know, it means everything. It's been a dream since I was a kid, since I played Little League football with my dad as my coach. You know, it's been a dream for me it's like a dream of this moment. So, you know, all the hard work and dedication I put throughout this time through high school, college, and now at the next level, you know, it's truly a blessing because I believe in God and I'm a true believer, and like being patient and waiting your turn.
Absolutely, and I know it's probably an emotional night for you as well. On that couch, you had a picture of your father. Your mom was crying, you were crying. Everybody was very emotional. What did it mean to you to have everybody support you the way you did on a night like this?
It means everything. You know, for them to take time out their weekend, it's an event going on actually at the KC Hall, so for them to take time out at their weekend to come support me, it means everything. You know, I invited a lot of people. Everyone that's here means something to me. You know, they had an important role in my life, and it just means everything for me, you know, because they've been my support system through high school, through college, and now through the NFL. It's been an amazing experience.
Did you, were the nerves a little bit bad when you were on that couch? I saw you. It's natural to be nervous on a night like this, but what was the feeling like when you finally got that call that you were going to be a Carolina Panther?
It was like, you know what I'm saying, as a kid, you always dream of, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But to be quite frank, honest, when the time came, it was like my mind just went blank. I didn't know what to do. I instantly just broke down. Like, I looked over, I looked at how happy my mom and my brother were, and it was like, it literally meant everything. They're my biggest supporters. They're the reason I play this game still. And it just meant everything to see how happy they were. To see them happy is everything to me.
Gotcha. And I don't want to put you on the spot. Obviously, people are going to talk about the injury, but that injury is no longer quite the injury it used to be. You're supposed to be ready for training camp. How do you feel as a ball player, and do you feel like it's going to hold you back at all?
You know what I'm saying? I trusted in God throughout the whole situation. It was a bad scenario, but it was the best case scenario. I just only tore my ACL, so it wasn't the worst. I didn't blow out my whole knee. And honestly, you know, it's truly a blessing from God, honestly. As Coach Troyce would tell me, it's the best thing to happen for me. You got to look at everything in the most positive way you can. It's the best thing to happen for me. It allowed me to focus on stuff, get my upper body stronger, lower body stronger. And it's just, like I said, a blessing to be a vessel of God, you know what I mean?
For sure. Then before I let you go, did you ever think about going back to Texas? A lot of people that talk about you, they say maybe he wanted to go finish his degree. Did you ever want to go back to Texas? How hard of a decision was that for you?
It was definitely hard. It did a lot of time and thinking, talking with agent, God, friends, family, parents. You know, it was definitely hard. But I feel like I made the best decision. It was the decision I felt most at peace with. And then honestly, like, you know, you just got to trust in yourself. You know, I trusted in myself. Even off the injury, I was hearing better reports than I've ever had. So, you know, just trusting myself, trusting my agent, trusting my family, trusting in God, it meant everything.
Absolutely, and all that hard work, trust, and faith paid off. The first Hallettsville Brahma to be drafted to the NFL. He's going to the Carolina Panthers, and his new quarterback, Bryce Young. I'm sure you're excited to go and join him. Reporting live from Hallettsville, Zach Brown, KVUE-TV 25 News Now Sports.
Thank you, Zach, and congratulations to Jonathan Brooks, the first ever Hallettsville player from high school to be drafted by an NFL team. Jordan Whittington from Cuero and the Longhorns on the clock for tomorrow. Best of luck, Jordan. Hey, stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 10, we'll take a last look at your weather. Plus, make a splash tomorrow. It's National Pool Opening Day. One housing market in the country is a small city in Illinois. Wall Street Journal reports Rockford was voted the #1 housing market. Housing affordability is one of the main driving factors behind the rating, which is bringing buyers to that area. As with many housing markets across the country, there is low inventory for homes. Realtors in Rockford say there are currently 200 homes on the market in the city, but the demand for homes is at least 7 times that amount. One World War II veteran is embracing a major milestone in Maine. Alan Gagnon just turned 100 years old. Family and friends held a birthday celebration for him in Howland on Thursday. Gagnon grew up outside of Fort Kent on a potato farm before joining the Army to fight in World War II. He worked as a minesweeper in Sicily and North Africa and served as a staff sergeant. After the war, he got married and had 3 daughters. Gagnon says he's looking forward to being 200. You know, considering he survived being a minesweeper, making it to 100 is pretty good. So why not go for 200?
Exactly. I think he can do it. I'm sure he has a lot of stories to tell. For sure.
Now, the weather is not going to age us too much this weekend, will it?
Well, the humidity may be good for our skin, though.
Oh, okay.
Kind of keep us a little more, a little moist if you can. And rain chances on the increase as you go toward the time as well. So we'll have lows tonight in the lower 70s. Windy again for your day on Saturday, Sunday. Well, pretty much the majority of the next 7 days. Rain chances on Sunday, 50%, primarily in the second half of the day. And during the day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, keep those rain chances in. Some peaks of the sun, otherwise mostly cloudy. Highs in the 80s, near 90, but just not quite reaching it just yet. Getting close, though. Lows in the 70s, so enjoy the weekend.
Thank you, thank you. And finally tonight, time to choose between the shallow and the deep end. Saturday is National Pool Opening Day. The unofficial holiday is observed the last Saturday in April every year. It's a signal for pool owners across the country to get their swimming pools ready for the summer. That could be refreshing the water, adding chlorine or salt, and making sure all your accessories are ready to go. To celebrate, just make a splash, whether it's a community pool or at someone's home or at a gym. I believe I read that the pool is opening this weekend at the YMCA in Port Lavaca.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, that'll be great timing for that.
Perfect timing. Go take a dip in the pool. It'd be perfect weather for that, I tell you what.
Absolutely. Hey, once again, congratulations to Jonathan Brooks in Hallettsville. That's right. Thanks for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. Join 25 News Now this weekend. Good night and have a great weekend, everyone.
And with the 46th pick in the 2024